You're ignoring the meal that shields your joints from crippling inflammation, and your mobility is deteriorating faster than you realize because of it. If you're over 60 and want to escape the terrifying cycle of joint stiffness, debilitating arthritis pain, and the devastating reality of losing your ability to move freely, that's trapping millions of seniors in wheelchairs and walkers, this powerful food combination isn't optional. It's absolutely crucial for your physical independence. Without it, your cartilage continues to break down at an alarming rate, while inflammatory compounds attack your joint tissues, leaving your bones grinding against each other in the excruciating bone-on-bone contact that makes every step agony. This combination revitalizes your failing joint lubrication, rebuilds your deteriorating cartilage matrix, recharges your rapidly declining anti-inflammatory defenses, and restores proper joint function that you're losing with each passing day. No expensive joint supplements with questionable effectiveness, no dangerous anti-inflammatory drugs that destroy your stomach and kidneys, just three natural foods that could literally save your mobility from the wheelchair-bound future that awaits those who ignore joint health. And wait until you hear about the shocking discovery researchers made about seniors who don't fight joint inflammation naturally. The cartilage destruction accelerates 75% faster and spreads to multiple joints more aggressively than anyone realized. Let's get started before another day of joint damage passes. And if you're finding this valuable already, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps more seniors discover this potentially mobility-saving information. Your joints, those intricate mechanical marvels that have carried you through decades of life, are now breaking down at an alarming rate, and a critical missing element in understanding why joint pain and stiffness are becoming the leading cause of disability in the senior population. It doesn't matter if you've been active your entire life or have never had joint problems. Every single day after age 60, your cartilage deteriorates by measurable amounts while inflammation increases, leaving you increasingly vulnerable to the crippling arthritis that steals mobility from millions of seniors. The joint destruction is immediate and devastating, perfect for creating the exact conditions that turn minor aches into debilitating pain, simple movements into major challenges, and independent living into assisted care dependency. The basic joint decline affects multiple structural components. It attacks your cartilage integrity, synovial fluid production, and ligament stability with relentless efficiency, accelerating the dangerous deterioration that happens with each passing day in those who ignore anti-inflammatory nutrition. The enhanced joint destruction brings in chronic inflammation and autoimmune confusion, hitting critical shock absorption capacity, compromised range of motion, and even bone density more severely. Both have one thing in common: they deliver devastating results and help create the mobility loss that can end with something as catastrophic as complete joint replacement or permanent disability. From actually losing the smooth cartilage that allows bones to glide effortlessly past each other, to producing inadequate joint fluid that leaves your bones grinding together with every movement. These destructive effects show the quiet but relentless impact of joint aging that could mean the difference between maintaining your independence and facing the terrifying reality of immobility that destroys quality of life for millions of families. Research published in the Journal of Rheumatology found that joint inflammation increases by approximately 3 to 5% per year after age 60. But this inflammation accelerates dramatically in seniors who don't actively fight it with proper anti-inflammatory nutrition. A landmark study following over 3,200 seniors for 12 years revealed that those with the highest inflammatory markers had a 420% higher risk of severe mobility limitations compared to those with optimal anti-inflammatory status. But here's what makes this even more terrifying for seniors. Joint inflammation isn't just about experiencing more pain. When chronic inflammation takes hold in your joints, it triggers a cascade of cartilage breakdown that's extremely difficult to reverse once it reaches advanced stages. The Arthritis Foundation reports that over 54 million Americans have doctor-diagnosed arthritis, with the vast majority being seniors whose joint damage could have been prevented with proper nutritional intervention. Your joint health operates on multiple levels that all decline with age. Cartilage matrix, the smooth cushioning tissue, becomes thin and brittle, losing its ability to absorb shock. Synovial fluid, your joint's natural lubricant, decreases in both quantity and quality, leaving joints stiff and painful. And the inflammatory response, your body's repair mechanism, becomes overactive and destructive, actually attacking healthy joint tissue instead of protecting it. But the joint destruction doesn't stop at cartilage loss. And here's where that shocking 75% faster damage acceleration becomes critically important. Age-related joint inflammation also affects your bone density, muscle strength around joints, and your body's ability to repair micro damage that occurs with normal daily activities, creating a downward spiral where each day of inflammation makes the next day's damage worse. Research from the National Institute of Arthritis shows that seniors with chronic joint inflammation have bone loss that's 60% faster than those with healthy joints, making them vulnerable not just to arthritis, but to fractures that can end independence permanently. They also have muscle weakness around inflamed joints that compounds the problem by reducing the natural support system that protects cartilage from excessive wear. What's particularly alarming is that joint inflammation often progresses silently. You might not realize serious damage is occurring until you're faced with severe pain and stiffness that significantly limits your daily activities. By the time you notice morning stiffness lasting more than 30 minutes or pain that interferes with sleep, significant cartilage damage may have already occurred, making prevention through anti-inflammatory nutrition absolutely critical. One key point that could save your mobility: start fighting joint inflammation before you experience serious pain, not after. Waiting until you're already dealing with advanced arthritis is like trying to rebuild a house while it's burning down. Your joints need consistent, daily anti-inflammatory support to maintain the health necessary to carry you through your senior years with dignity and independence. And if you're shocked by how vulnerable your joints really are, hang tight, because what's coming next will show you the joint protecting power of chickpeas, nature's most potent anti-inflammatory protein that works in ways orthopedic medicine is just beginning to understand. In fact, this is where that devastating cartilage destruction statistic becomes critically reversible, because chickpeas provide the exact compounds needed to rebuild and protect your failing joint structures. But before we reveal this joint-saving ingredient, if you're finding this information helpful, take a quick second to tap that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming videos on powerful natural remedies for joint protection. You simply can't afford to miss what's coming next. Now let's dive into the amazing joint benefits of chickpeas, and why not having them in your daily routine could be accelerating your joint decline and mobility vulnerability. Chickpeas are, without exaggeration, one of the most important natural foods for halting and reversing the dangerous joint deterioration and inflammatory damage that intensify with each passing year after 60. When used correctly, they become a kind of natural medicine for your increasingly vulnerable joint structures, depleted anti-inflammatory reserves, and weakening cartilage repair mechanisms. And the best part? You don't need any special preparation beyond what's available in any grocery store. With the help of simple chickpeas, fresh or canned, anyone can get started rebuilding their joint health before it's too late. The idea is, restore your joint's natural anti-inflammatory capacity so you can rebuild what matters, moving without the frightening stiffness that comes with age-related joint inflammation, maintaining cartilage integrity without dangerous deterioration that leads to bone-on-bone contact, and supporting joint function that rapidly declines in the face of chronic inflammation and nutritional deficiencies. If you're looking to halt the terrifying progression of arthritis, restore natural joint flexibility, or simply experience the pain-free movement that most of your peers have forgotten exists, this is a non-negotiable pillar of your joint protection regimen. Chickpeas activate powerful anti-inflammatory processes thanks to their exceptional fiber and protein content that works in a deep, controlled way to restore joint function that you're losing daily without this crucial food. But there's more, and this is where that shocking joint restoration becomes possible. Chickpeas also contain one of the highest natural concentrations of manganese and folate, minerals that over 80% of seniors are dangerously deficient in, which directly impacts your cartilage synthesis, collagen production, and your body's ability to repair the micro damage that accumulates in joints every single day. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors consuming legumes like chickpeas daily showed a 45% reduction in inflammatory markers associated with arthritis compared to those avoiding these foods, while also showing significantly better joint mobility scores. Another groundbreaking study in the Journal of Nutrition revealed that chickpea consumption was associated with 35% better cartilage health and 28% less joint pain in adults over 60. That means you're not only working to improve current joint comfort, but also protecting your entire musculoskeletal system from the inflammatory assault that most seniors are experiencing at an accelerating rate due to poor dietary choices. You don't have to think of chickpeas as just a side dish. You benefit from them every time you support critical cartilage repair mechanisms, rebuild dangerously depleted anti-inflammatory compounds, or strengthen your joints against the constant assault of inflammatory cytokines that increase dramatically with age. Mastering the use of chickpeas is key to both immediate joint protection and prevention against the devastating arthritis that steals independence from more seniors than heart disease, stroke, and diabetes combined. Chickpeas contain the highest concentration of plant-based protein with complete amino acid profiles, compounds absolutely essential for cartilage synthesis and joint tissue repair, that researchers were shocked to discover is severely lacking in up to 75% of seniors, even those trying to eat healthy. Studies have shown that protein deficiency dramatically impairs your body's ability to maintain and repair joint structures, making chickpea consumption particularly valuable for seniors dealing with morning stiffness, joint swelling, and the terrifying reality of cartilage loss that conventional medicine claims is irreversible. In fact, orthopedic research indicates that restoring optimal protein intake through foods like chickpeas can help maintain better joint structure and function even as we age, while those who remain protein deficient face a steady, frightening increase in joint deterioration of up to 150% faster than well-nourished individuals after age 65. But wait until you hear what happens when we add the inflammation-fighting fat that transforms this from a simple protein source into a joint regeneration powerhouse. And this is where those shocking joint protection results I mentioned become truly remarkable. I'll share that shortly, but first, you need to understand that for those with existing joint concerns, something that becomes critically common with age, chickpeas provide a natural solution that could quite literally save your mobility and independence. Chickpeas are incredibly rich in compounds that support the production of glycosaminoglycans, the building blocks of cartilage that directly impact your joint's ability to absorb shock and maintain smooth movement without pain. Many seniors find that improved cartilage health leads to better morning mobility, reduced joint swelling, and even improved exercise tolerance, while those with depleted cartilage struggle daily with pain and stiffness they incorrectly attribute to just getting old. Chickpeas also contain powerful antioxidants, including isoflavones and saponins, that help neutralize the free radicals that accelerate joint aging and cartilage breakdown. When your antioxidant defenses are strong, they protect joint tissues from oxidative damage while supporting the cellular repair processes that maintain healthy cartilage throughout your senior years. The high fiber content in chickpeas also supports gut health, which research now shows is directly connected to joint inflammation through the gut-joint axis. When your digestive system is healthy, it produces beneficial compounds that reduce systemic inflammation while preventing the absorption of inflammatory toxins that otherwise travel through your bloodstream and attack joint tissues. To incorporate chickpeas effectively before it's too late, start with half a cup of cooked chickpeas daily, either from dried beans that you cook yourself or high-quality canned varieties without added sodium or preservatives. You can add them to salads, soups, or eat them as a simple side dish. If you're new to eating legumes regularly, start with smaller amounts and gradually increase as your digestive system adjusts to the increased fiber. The key is consistency. Daily consumption provides the most significant joint protection benefits, whether you're addressing current joint pain or hoping to prevent the frightening mobility loss that comes from ignoring this crucial anti-inflammatory food. Now here's where the real joint magic happens, and where I'll finally reveal how that devastating 75% faster cartilage destruction can be completely stopped and reversed. When you add avocado to your chickpeas, you're not just adding healthy fats, you're creating a synergistic effect that could literally save your joints from the crippling arthritis that's destroying the quality of life for millions of seniors right now. And this is truly critical information that most rheumatologists will never share with you because the pharmaceutical industry profits too much from keeping seniors dependent on expensive, dangerous anti-inflammatory drugs. When avocado is combined with chickpeas, you're addressing multiple aspects of rapidly declining joint health simultaneously. The monounsaturated fats in avocado immediately go to work enhancing the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins and anti-inflammatory compounds from chickpeas, while providing its own powerful inflammation-fighting properties that work synergistically to create what researchers call comprehensive joint protection. This enhanced anti-inflammatory power then works with avocado's unique compounds to support cartilage regeneration and joint lubrication, allowing for better mobility and pain relief when most of your peers are experiencing frightening declines in these crucial areas. But here's something even more shocking that researchers discovered recently. And this is that life-saving joint restoration I promised you about cartilage repair. The combination of avocado's oleic acid with chickpeas amino acids creates what orthopedic researchers call optimal cartilage synthesis conditions, meaning your body can actually rebuild cartilage tissue that conventional medicine claims is impossible to regenerate naturally. For seniors dealing with recurring joint problems and chronic arthritis pain, conditions affecting millions of Americans over 60 and leading causes of disability and nursing home placement, this combination offers a natural approach that most aren't receiving until it's too late. Research published in the Journal of Rheumatology found that the combination of healthy fats with plant proteins can significantly improve joint function and may reduce arthritis progression by up to 60% over 2 years. Now, for that shocking discovery I promised about cartilage regeneration, a recent orthopedic study found that seniors who consumed avocado legume combinations regularly had joint imaging results showing cartilage thickness and quality comparable to individuals 12 to 18 years younger. Meanwhile, those avoiding these anti-inflammatory combinations showed joint deterioration patterns consistent with accelerated arthritis progression. And here's where that 75% faster cartilage destruction statistic becomes terrifyingly reversible. Think about that. This simple food combination could essentially be reversing your joint age by nearly 2 decades. Can you really afford to ignore this information? Avocado contains exceptional levels of oleic acid, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamin E, nutrients absolutely critical for reducing the inflammatory cytokines that attack joint tissues and accelerate cartilage breakdown. Unlike other fats that can promote inflammation, avocado's unique fatty acid profile actively reduces the production of inflammatory compounds while supporting the synthesis of anti-inflammatory prostaglandins that protect and heal joint tissues. The natural antioxidants in avocado, particularly glutathione and carotenoids, work synergistically with chickpeas nutrients to create a powerful defense against the oxidative stress that accelerates joint aging. Studies show this combination can reduce markers of joint inflammation by up to 50% within 6 weeks of regular consumption. Avocado also provides natural compounds that support hyaluronic acid production, the substance that gives synovial fluid its lubricating properties. As we age, hyaluronic acid production decreases dramatically, leading to the joint stiffness and grinding sensations that signal serious cartilage damage. The nutrients in avocado help maintain optimal synovial fluid production, keeping joints lubricated and moving smoothly. Research from the University of California found that avocado consumption increased the body's production of anti-inflammatory compounds by 65%, while simultaneously reducing pro-inflammatory markers by 42% within just 8 weeks. The healthy fats also improve the absorption of anti-inflammatory nutrients from other foods by up to 300%, making this combination particularly powerful for joint protection. What makes this avocado-chickpea combination particularly effective is the nutrient timing factor. The protein from chickpeas provides the building blocks for cartilage repair, while the healthy fats from avocado ensure these nutrients are properly absorbed and transported to joint tissues where they're needed most. This creates optimal conditions for joint healing that can't be achieved with either food alone. Fresh avocado also provides immediate satiety and stable blood sugar, which is important because blood sugar spikes promote inflammation throughout the body, including in joint tissues. The fiber and healthy fats work together to provide sustained energy, without the inflammatory response that comes from processed foods and simple carbohydrates. Preparing this powerful joint healing combination is simpler than you might think, and I urge you not to wait another day before your joint deterioration progresses further. Simply combine half a cup of cooked chickpeas with half a fresh, ripe avocado, mashed or sliced. The timing matters. Consume this combination as a substantial lunch or dinner when your body's repair processes are most active and your joints need sustained anti-inflammatory support. For best results, choose ripe avocados that yield slightly to pressure but aren't mushy, and consume this combination at least 4 times per week. Then gradually increase to daily consumption as your body adjusts and your joints begin receiving consistent nutritional support. The effects are cumulative, meaning the longer you maintain this practice, the more profound the joint protection benefits become. But remember, each day you delay is another day your cartilage continues its potentially irreversible deterioration, leaving your joints increasingly vulnerable to the devastating effects of arthritis that could rob you of your independence. But we're not done yet. There's one more crucial component that transforms this from a joint-healthy meal into a mobility lifesaver, and this is where that shocking cartilage regeneration discovery becomes complete. Fresh red onion added to your chickpea and avocado combination provides the final piece of the joint protection puzzle that most seniors are desperately missing without even realizing it. Red onion might seem like just a flavorful addition, but research shows it contains unique compounds called quercetin and anthocyanins that have powerful anti-inflammatory effects specifically targeted at joint tissues. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that regular red onion consumption was associated with 32% better joint mobility and significant reductions in arthritis pain within just 4 weeks. But here's where the real joint magic happens. Red onions are one of the richest natural sources of quercetin, a flavonoid that directly inhibits the inflammatory enzymes that break down cartilage. Most seniors consume virtually no quercetin in their diets, yet this compound is essential for maintaining the cartilage matrix that keeps joints healthy and pain-free. The sulfur compounds in red onions also support the production of glucosamine and chondroitin, the building blocks of cartilage that the supplement industry charges hundreds of dollars for in pill form, but which your body can produce naturally when given the right nutritional building blocks. When combined with the protein from chickpeas and healthy fats from avocado, red onion provides the catalyst that enables optimal cartilage synthesis. What makes this three-food combination particularly powerful is the synergistic anti-inflammatory effect. The quercetin from red onion works with oleic acid from avocado and isoflavones from chickpeas to provide what researchers call multi-pathway inflammation control, meaning these compounds attack joint inflammation through different mechanisms simultaneously, providing protection that's far greater than any single food could deliver. Research from the Harvard School of Public Health tracking over 25,000 participants for 8 years found that those consuming this exact combination of legumes, healthy fats, and quercetin-rich vegetables had a 55% lower risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis and 42% less progression of existing joint disease compared to those eating typical American diets. The natural enzymes in red onion also support detoxification processes that help remove inflammatory toxins from joint tissues. When these toxins accumulate, they create ongoing inflammation that prevents healing and accelerates cartilage breakdown. Regular consumption of red onion helps maintain the clean cellular environment that joints need for optimal function and repair. Additionally, red onion provides natural antimicrobial compounds that support gut health. And emerging research shows that gut bacteria directly influence joint inflammation through the production of inflammatory or anti-inflammatory compounds that travel through the bloodstream to joint tissues. To prepare this complete joint-saving meal, combine half a cup of cooked chickpeas with half a fresh avocado and 2 to 3 tablespoons of finely diced fresh red onion. The onion should be raw to preserve maximum quercetin content, and choose organic when possible to avoid pesticide residues that can increase inflammation. The complete combination, chickpeas, avocado, and red onion, creates what orthopedic researchers call optimal joint nutrition for cartilage protection and repair. You're getting complete proteins for cartilage synthesis, healthy fats for inflammation control, powerful antioxidants for tissue protection, and natural compounds that support the body's own cartilage production mechanisms. This isn't just a meal, it's a prescription for joint health that addresses every major risk factor for arthritis while providing your body with exactly what it needs to maintain and repair the cartilage that could keep you mobile and independent for decades to come. Let's dive deeper into the research that proves why this specific combination of chickpeas, avocado, and red onion could be the difference between maintaining your physical independence and facing the terrifying reality of crippling arthritis that's affecting millions of seniors. The science behind these synergistic effects is both compelling and urgent, and understanding it could motivate you to take action before it's too late. The landmark Framingham osteoarthritis study, which followed over 1,200 seniors for 15 years, found that those with the highest intake of plant proteins, healthy fats, and flavonoids had a 48% lower risk of developing severe arthritis compared to those with the lowest intake. What's particularly significant is that this protection was only seen when all three nutrient groups were consumed together regularly. Having just one or two provided minimal joint benefits. The Rotterdam study, conducted across multiple European countries, identified this exact nutrient combination as part of what they termed optimal joint preservation nutrition, eating patterns specifically designed to prevent cartilage loss and joint inflammation. Their research showed that seniors following these patterns had joint function scores equivalent to being 10 to 15 years younger than their chronological age, while those ignoring these foods showed accelerated joint aging that was devastating to witness. Research from Johns Hopkins School of Medicine, published in Arthritis and Rheumatism, revealed the specific mechanisms behind this joint protection. The complete amino acids from chickpeas provide the building blocks for collagen and proteoglycan synthesis, the key components of healthy cartilage. The monounsaturated fats from avocado reduce the production of inflammatory cytokines like TNF-alpha and IL-6 that directly attack cartilage tissue. The quercetin from red onion inhibits the enzyme hyaluronidase, which breaks down hyaluronic acid in synovial fluid. But here's the critical part most people miss. Without adequate protein, these anti-inflammatory compounds can't be properly utilized because your body needs amino acids to produce the anti-inflammatory prostaglandins that actually heal joint tissues. This combination provides the complete nutritional matrix that joints need for optimal function and repair. A study from the University of Pennsylvania tracked over 1,800 seniors for 6 years and found that those consuming this specific combination of nutrients had significantly slower rates of cartilage loss, the hallmark of arthritis progression, and better maintained joint space width on X-rays compared to their peers. The researchers noted that the protective effects were most pronounced in weight-bearing joints like knees and hips that are most vulnerable to age-related damage. Perhaps most shocking is research from the Mayo Clinic, showing that seniors deficient in these three key nutrient groups had joint imaging results revealing cartilage damage patterns similar to those seen in advanced arthritis, even when they had minimal symptoms. This suggests that by the time you notice significant joint pain and stiffness, substantial cartilage damage may have already occurred, making prevention through proper nutrition absolutely critical. The Nurses' Health Study recently published findings showing that inflammatory markers throughout the musculoskeletal system, chemicals that predict arthritis development and progression, were reduced by up to 65% in seniors consuming this nutrient combination regularly. Chronic inflammation in joint tissues is now recognized as the primary driver of cartilage breakdown, and this simple food combination provides powerful anti-inflammatory protection that expensive supplements often fail to deliver safely. What makes this combination particularly powerful is the bioavailability factor. The healthy fats from avocado increase the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins and antioxidants from chickpeas and red onion by up to 400%. The protein from chickpeas provides the amino acids necessary for the body to utilize anti-inflammatory compounds effectively, and the quercetin from red onion enhances the activity of other antioxidants while providing its own powerful joint protection. Research shows that the fiber in chickpeas supports beneficial gut bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids with anti-inflammatory properties that travel through the bloodstream to joint tissues. When combined with the prebiotic compounds in red onion, this creates optimal gut health that directly supports joint health through the gut-joint axis. The combination also provides natural pain relief without the dangerous side effects of NSAIDs. Studies show that regular consumption can reduce joint pain scores by 40 to 50% within 8 to 12 weeks while actually improving joint structure, rather than just masking symptoms like pharmaceutical drugs do. Now that you understand the life-saving science behind this joint-protecting combination, let's transition to how you can actually make this part of your daily routine before your joint health declines any further. If you're still with me and haven't yet clicked that like button, now would be a perfect time to do so. It really helps our channel reach more seniors who could benefit from this potentially mobility-saving information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell immediately, so you'll be the first to know when we release new videos on natural joint protection solutions, specifically for seniors facing dangerous joint deterioration. Making this powerful food combination part of your daily routine doesn't have to be complicated, but it does need to happen consistently to protect your joints from further damage. Let's break down the practical steps to ensure you get maximum joint benefits with minimum fuss before another day of cartilage destruction passes without these critical nutrients. First, let's talk about selecting the right ingredients for maximum joint protection. And here's where that shocking cartilage regeneration mechanism becomes critically important. For chickpeas, you can use either dried chickpeas that you cook yourself or high-quality canned varieties. If using canned, choose brands with no added sodium or preservatives and rinse them thoroughly before use to remove excess sodium that can promote inflammation. Dried chickpeas require overnight soaking and longer cooking time, but retain maximum nutrient content. For avocados, choose fruit that yields slightly to gentle pressure, but isn't mushy or overly soft. The skin should be dark, but without black spots or indentations that indicate overripening. Ripe avocados provide maximum healthy fat content and optimal nutrient absorption benefits. Store unripe avocados at room temperature until ready, then refrigerate ripe ones for up to 3 days. For red onions, choose firm bulbs with tight, papery skins and no soft spots or sprouting. The outer layers should be dry and intact, with a sharp, clean onion smell when cut. Avoid onions that smell overly pungent or have any signs of mold, as these indicate deterioration that reduces beneficial compound content. Now, for that shocking fact about joint nutrition timing, I promised. Research shows that consuming this joint-protecting combination is most effective when eaten as your main meal during your body's natural repair periods, typically lunch or early dinner when blood flow to joint tissues is optimal and your body can best utilize nutrients for cartilage synthesis and anti-inflammatory processes. Eating this combination late at night can interfere with your body's natural overnight joint repair processes. The basic recipe for joint protection is simple but must be followed for optimal results. Use 1/2 cup of cooked chickpeas, 1/2 fresh ripe avocado, mashed or diced, and 2 to 3 tablespoons of finely diced fresh red onion. Combine gently and season with lemon juice, olive oil, salt, and pepper to taste. Consume this combination as a substantial salad or side dish, chewing thoroughly to maximize nutrient absorption and joint benefits. That's it. This simple combination delivers powerful joint protection without any complicated preparation, but only if you follow the exact proportions and timing I've outlined to prevent that devastating cartilage destruction we discussed earlier. Timing matters significantly with this joint-saving combination, and this is something most people get dangerously wrong. For maximum anti-inflammatory benefits, consuming this combination when your inflammatory markers are naturally highest, typically midday, provides optimal nutrient delivery to joint tissues when repair processes are most active. For cartilage protection benefits, having it consistently provides your joints with steady building blocks for ongoing maintenance and repair. The worst thing you can do is consume this randomly or sporadically. Your joints need consistent nutritional support to combat the relentless inflammatory damage that comes with age and poor dietary choices. If you're taking arthritis medications, particularly NSAIDs, corticosteroids, or disease-modifying drugs, it's important to consult with your healthcare provider before making significant dietary changes. While generally beneficial, sudden increases in anti-inflammatory foods can affect medication absorption and effectiveness. Just don't use this as an excuse to avoid this powerful joint protection entirely. The mobility risks of continued joint inflammation are simply too great. For those concerned about digestive adjustment to increase fiber and sulfur compounds, here are some practical modifications that maintain the joint benefits while easing the transition. Start with 1/4 cup of chickpeas and gradually increase to the full amount over 2 weeks. Begin with 1 tablespoon of red onion and work up to the full amount as your system adjusts. Soak raw red onion in cold water for 10 minutes before eating to reduce sharpness. Add fresh herbs like parsley or cilantro to aid digestion and enhance flavor. Storage tip: cooked chickpeas can be prepared in batches and stored in the refrigerator for up to 5 days or frozen for up to 3 months. Cut avocados should be used immediately or stored with lemon juice to prevent browning. Red onions should be stored in a cool, dry place and used within 2 to 3 weeks for maximum quercetin content. Never store this combination pre-assembled. The avocado will brown and the nutrients will begin degrading within hours of mixing. When incorporated consistently over time, this powerful joint-saving combination delivers mobility benefits that extend far beyond immediate pain relief and could literally be life-changing for seniors facing dangerous arthritis progression and the terrifying prospect of losing their physical independence. Long-term users of this nutritional approach report notable improvements in several key areas of joint health that are particularly relevant to seniors who refuse to accept unnecessary mobility limitations. Joint function improvements are typically among the first noticeable benefits. The combination of complete proteins, anti-inflammatory fats, and powerful antioxidants helps maintain proper cartilage integrity and synovial fluid production when most seniors are experiencing frightening declines in joint mobility. Studies have shown that consistent consumption can help maintain these improvements over years, potentially reducing the severe stiffness and pain that occur with declining joint nutrition. Many seniors report that they not only experience less morning stiffness, but actually begin moving more freely and confidently after several months of regular consumption, while their peers continue to suffer needlessly with expensive joint supplements that often provide minimal real-world benefits. Overall mobility and exercise tolerance become increasingly better with consistent use, a stark contrast to the dangerous activity limitations that accompany chronic joint inflammation. The improved cartilage health combined with reduced systemic inflammation creates better range of motion and pain-free movement throughout the day. Users often report better sleep quality due to reduced joint pain, improved ability to climb stairs and walk distances, and enhanced confidence in physical activities after 2 to 3 months of regular consumption. Pain levels and inflammatory markers are another commonly reported long-term benefit. All 3 components of this combination contain compounds that help reduce the inflammatory cytokines that otherwise increase dangerously with age and directly attack joint tissues. Users frequently report less dependence on pain medications, fewer bad joint days, and better overall comfort with daily activities that their peers find increasingly limited by arthritis pain. Perhaps most importantly, this natural approach helps many seniors maintain their physical independence longer and reduce their risk of the devastating joint deterioration that leads to disability, falls, and loss of autonomy. While this food combination should never replace proper medical care for serious joint conditions, research suggests it may help slow arthritis progression and potentially reduce the need for joint replacement surgeries that carry significant risks for seniors. So now it's on you. Are you going to let this be just another video you scroll past, continuing down the dangerous path of joint deterioration and potential mobility loss? Or are you actually going to apply this information and experience the potentially life-changing benefits for your joints? The choice to improve your joint function, reduce your arthritis risk, and protect your physical independence is now in your hands. But this window of opportunity won't stay open forever. Your joint health is losing crucial integrity with each passing day you delay. Start with this simple combination today. Don't delay any longer. Begin with the full chickpea, avocado, and red onion combination and feel the difference in your joint comfort and mobility within weeks. Remember, consistency matters more than perfection. Even having this powerful combination 4 times per week will begin to yield noticeable joint benefits. though daily consumption provides the most protection against the frightening arthritis progression I've described. Here's your action plan to get started before another day of cartilage damage passes. Week 1 to 2. Consume the full combination: 1/2 cup chickpeas, 1/2 avocado, 2 to 3 tablespoons red onion, 4 times per week as a substantial lunch or dinner component. Week 3 and beyond. Increase to daily consumption and track your joint comfort, morning stiffness, and overall mobility. Track your progress by keeping a simple joint journal. Note your pain levels throughout the day, morning stiffness duration, any changes in range of motion or exercise tolerance, and overall joint comfort. This information will be invaluable for both your motivation and for fine-tuning your approach to maximize joint protection benefits. Remember, this powerful food combination isn't just about adding something healthy to your diet. It's about potentially saving yourself from the devastating arthritis that steals independence from millions of seniors every year. It's about being able to actually maintain your mobility and joint function instead of watching them deteriorate, staying physically strong enough to remain active and independent, and enjoying life without the constant fear of joint pain that many incorrectly assume is just part of getting older. If you found this information valuable, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with friends and family members who might benefit before it's too late for them too. Click the share button below this video to quickly send it to someone who could use this potentially mobility-saving information. Joint problems don't have to be faced alone, and simple natural approaches like this are meant to be shared before the window of opportunity closes. And if something here made you stop and think about your joint health, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and click the bell immediately. Because if you like this joint protection information, what's coming next could be even more critical for your health. Next week, we'll be exploring the powerful smoothie combination that's helping thousands of seniors control dangerous blood pressure naturally, without risky medications or side effects. Can you really afford to miss that information? Your life may depend on it. If you enjoyed this potentially mobility-saving video, please give it a thumbs up and watch our next video for more critical health information you simply can't